and I just can't wait to talk to Amy about Love Island, which I am watching. I've not missed a single episode this series.
No.
I'm absolutely riveted.
It's been amazing. I do the Love Island podcast, so I have to watch it every night and then talk about it afterwards. And we have not run out of things to talk about. We've actually had to sort of like get rid of topics because we've talked for so long about the other bits.
Right, there'll be plenty of people watching right now thinking, A, they can't believe I'm watching it. Isn't Vanessa 63 years old? What the hell is she doing watching that? Ridiculous. And they'll immediately lose all respect for me.
My nan is 79,
Yeah.
and she calls me every day to give me like a
Does she?
lowdown on what she's thinking.
OK, so they won't be watching it. B, they'll just think it's a load of silly young people wearing almost no clothing. What on earth is there to watch, and what can you possibly think of to talk about? So you need to explain to them why it's riveting viewing, because I think it is.
I mean, there's back-to-back drama this year. Like, nobody is sticking with anyone. We're in the final week, and we've just had a recoupling where people have actually changed partners for the last week. Yeah. I mean, I kept saying I was convinced there was going to be a recoupling the night before the final.
Yeah.
Like, you know, who would you like to go into the final with? Who would you like to try and win with? It holds up a mirror to society, I think.
Let's just remind people, how long ago were you on it, Amy?
6 years.
OK, 6 years ago. So this was 2019 when Amy appeared on the 5th series of Love Island. I think we can probably see you there. Since that time, you've got married. You didn't actually find that's you there. Oh, you look so sweet.
God.
Didn't find love on the TV series. But let's just talk about. We think, don't we, those of us who've watched it for years, I know Christo watches it, I know Carrie's superior and doesn't watch any of it, she's too busy living life and reading improving books and writing sonatas and doing all the things we ought to be doing, and I feel guilty as hell even admitting it in front of her, but nevertheless. The way to win, we thought, was fall in love on the first day, stay loyal and faithful to the person that you fell in love with on day one, be sweet, don't, as they say on the show, have your head turned, you know, focus on that person, and if you can be still holding hands and kissing at the end, you win the money and you live happily ever after. But this lot just don't appear to have got the message at all.
No, and people keep saying that Shakira and Harry are playing a game, they're playing a great game. And it's like, if Shakira's playing a game, she's not done it very well because she's, you know, was voted the most compatible couple with Ty, dumped him that night, then got with Connor, it was going well, and she said, actually, I don't feel this way for you, and is now recoupled with Harry in the last week. I think she's amazing. OK, we should just say, so Shakira's one of the contestants. Now, Harry, I would say, it's only my view, nobody sue me, I'm sure his family are lovely and they love him very much, and he is very, very charming, he certainly is, but he's the rascal and the scoundrel of the whole...
And he wears Speedos as well. Remember, this is a previous debate we've had.
And a cowboy hat.
But you know, he has kind of like flirted, cavorted, copped off with, and God knows what, virtually every woman in the entire place, hasn't he? And some of them, Helena particularly, is just forgiven and forgiven and forgiven, and you know, you want to scream into the television. I sometimes have, oh, don't let him do it, don't let him get away with it, but she does, and then he does it, but he does it knowing that he's being filmed doing it. We're all watching it at home.
We kept saying we needed to get one of those planes, you know, that have like the writing on the back, like, Harry, the cameras are on.
The cameras are
You can, like, you are being filmed. You are being filmed.
Yes. So suddenly, Carrie and everybody else who doesn't watch it, in the very last week of the whole show, she has said that she's loved him all along, or adored him, or whatever it is, and he now suddenly says that he's really had a thing for her all along, even though he's been massively copping off with Helena, and they were exclusive. I mean, I know this is absolutely absurd, and yet somehow terribly compelling.
Then lots of ex-Islanders have come onto our podcast have said, and we've said, like, do you think Harry and Helena are legit?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but if he could have Shakira back, he would do.
Right, so there is a possibility, a very strong one, that they might win. I'm talking about Harry and Shakira, who have not been together for the entire thing and have just suddenly got together for the final week.
Unrequited Love Island.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what it is.
There have been quite a few complaints this year about Love Island. There have been over 1,000 complaints to Ofcom, and this has been about misogyny and bullying and various things like that. Have people talked much about that on your podcast?
No, not really. We're obviously the official podcast, so we just interview the Islanders and we talk about sort of our views on the different subjects and stuff.
Have you felt that some people were ganging up against other people, or have you just felt that's what people do in real life anyway?
I mean, it's really hard. Like, obviously, we only see an hour of the day.
Yeah.
But I think there's obviously been a divide between the girls, and everyone that's come out has said, yes, there is a divide between the girls. And I think there's been stuff from both sides.
I think that's quite a diplomatic way of putting it, but also pretty much true, really. Tell me something. You were on the show, and since then you're married, you've got a baby and everything else. Has it turned out to be a good thing that you did it?
100%. Obviously, I get to do fun things like this, and I get to do really fun jobs and stuff.
There's your beautiful wedding picture and your beautiful baby. I love it.
No, I just wear those dresses on like cruises. That's my wedding picture.
Seriously?
Yeah, that was my first time I was on a cruise.
Oh my gosh! Only people who've been on Love Island get to wear 2 different wedding dresses on 2 different occasions. One of which isn't even your wedding.
I put my 1-year-old in a tux at all times. Oh my! He has to learn to be smart. But, I think, honestly, the best thing I've done, and mainly because of the aftercare, and I had an amazing site called Lou, and we worked together. We did CBT after Love Island.
Hang on, wait a minute. So what? You talk so fast, so people might not just quite get this. When you finished the show, they gave you kind of psychotherapeutic help. Why? Because you were upset, or does everyone get it?
Aftercare. Obviously, you go in. I was an air hostess with 3,000 followers on Instagram. I literally got my phone back and I had like over 1 million followers. Everyone knew me. I was walking down the road, people like shouting at you and stuff, like, Amy, Amy. Like, it's a lot to deal with, like seemingly overnight.
So they helped you?
So they help you, and you have access to like a psych, you have access to the welfare team.
Psych, you mean a psychotherapist?
Yes. And you have the welfare team, and they're just so supportive. And I would say that's like changed my life. So yes.
So that really helped you.
Yeah.
And now you're a podcaster, a broadcaster.
Yeah.
You've got that beautiful little boy. If he grew up and said, "Mum, I think I'll do Love Island," if the show's still going, what would you say?
I'd say yes, let's do it.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you? And Carrie, if any of your children suggested it, would you say, yeah, go for it?
No.
Why not?
I think, no. Actually, if they want to, it's totally up to them. I think ultimately reality telly works at its best when people are unself-conscious. And I think that's why this series has done really well. So much reality television these days. People are so aware. I really hate watching it. But it does sound like there's for some reason this year, it's caught the imagination. Everywhere I go at the moment, people are talking about this programme.
Ask me if I would let my children do it.
Oh, would you let
me.
your children?
They asked Allegra to do it, my older daughter, in the days when, do you remember when Bianca Gascoigne did it?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Then. That show. So
Celebrity
the
Love
very
Island.
beginning.
That was a good
Celebrity
year,
Love Island.
actually, that
They
year.
also, so Allegra at this point was an undergraduate at Cambridge doing law.
Yes.
So they asked her, would she do Love Island? And I'm her mother. And I said, absolutely you should, darling, if you want to. I thought that was the best thing to say. And she said, no, I think I'll be a lawyer and I don't think I'll do it. And she didn't do it. And we are a bit grateful that she did
Was that a strategic, go and do it,
Yes.
darling? Because if you said no, you should have done it.
Exactly. I thought if I say don't, I'd be horrified, then she would definitely do it.
I will
So
say
said,
it's really hard for the parents though, because I filled out the application form, I signed up, and then I'm in a villa with no outside contact, but it's my mum and dad and my brother and my best friends and my nan and granddad that are having to deal with everything while you're at home, and it's really hard for the families because they didn't ask for it, but they have to deal with it all.
if I asked your family, would they say they're pleased you did it?
I think they are now. At the time, they weren't that happy that I'd signed up to do it because I'd never watched it and they'd sort of just heard things about it.
Yes.
But my mum and dad are obsessed with it now, as are my nan and granddad still.